Hello and welcome to Pacific Northwest Crafter. My name is Crystal. This is Flosstube number 12 and it is a recap of what I've been cross-stitching in April as well as what my plans are for the coming month and some haul that I had. Mostly it's going to be about cross-stitch, but there might be a few other crafts that I've been working on that I'll talk about throughout. So let's start with just a little bit of a life update. The last time I spoke to you was at the end of March. And April just flew on by, but I filmed a March episode of my Flosstube, and then I went to Nash Stash online event hosted by Lindy Stitches, and I started quite a few things. I started 4 things that weekend, but I had lots of fun. It was good times chatting in the groups, got to talk to a lot of people that I follow on Flosstube, so that was awesome. There was Nicole Spohr, Shari Moss, Bernadette, Chrissy from Floss Blossom Cousins, Holly. There's lots of people I got to meet. Oh, Roberta from Sable Stitchers. When we were doing speed dating, I got to chat with her a little bit. So lots of fun at that event. There was some good entertainment with the designers that were chit-chatting with each other as well, so that was a good time, and I'm looking forward to the spring mingle, which is next weekend, and we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, so that was right after my last Flosstube, and then it's been busy at work, but I have been enjoying some of the sunny days we've been having here. Today's not one of them, unfortunately. It's a little bit cloudy, so going with the artificial light, but it's been some nice sunny days. Did some repotting of plants. Don't have a garden really where I'm at, but yeah, enjoying that. Some other things, I went to a charity banquet for our local search and rescues. That was fun. Good times getting to chit chat with some people from work, but outside of work and everything. And then went to another charity event last night. It was Disney Trivia, and I am a huge Disney fan, and I was like trying to convince anybody, but everybody else was busy, so I went by myself. But I met some people there that I knew, and so we chit-chatted, but I had a team of 1 and I came in second place, so I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that with Disney Trivia, though there were some really hard questions with there. But yeah, other than that, it's just been lots of stitching. Looking down at my notes here, lots of stitching. I have 3 FFOs, 3 finishes, 8 new starts, and 5 whips that I worked on. So lots of stitching happened in April so far, and lots planned for the rest of April as well as going into May. So let's get to it. First off, I'm going to show you some FFOs, or fully finished objects. And excuse me, these are all pillows, and they're all Primrose Cottage. The first one is Autumn Quaker. And I finished this one last year, and then I fully finished it just a couple weeks and weekends ago, and I did everything in the called for. Love how it turned out, and I put the rickrack. I got the finishing kit, and so it has the backing fabric as well as the little full wool felt piece. I cut out a little pumpkin out of the felt. I do need to stitch it back on, but we're gonna call it finished for now. we're gonna call it fully finished. But yeah, loved how that one turned out. I need to get a little bit better with my little rickrack. I remember how to do it after ones, and then I wait so long in between FFOs that I get a little bit rusty and like where exactly you want to place it. So this was the first one I did, and you'll notice it's barely peeking out in the spots. But the next one I did, same thing, but it's the Christmas Quaker by Primrose Cottage. Again, all the called for, got the kit, so it's fully finished with the backing fabric. And this little piece, I tried to cut out a little out of the felt. I tried to cut out a block that looked like this block, the quilt block. So kind of, it's the back. We're good. But the rickrack did a little bit better this time. You see a little bit more of it, but it's cute. Love how it turned out on that one. And then the last one was the Valentine's Day quilt. So this one, a couple of spots where I missed out on the rickrack, but overall I did much better, I think. So I'm improving, and that's good. Again, this one was the colorful floss, I got the kit. So I got the backing and a little felt piece. And this one, because the front, the little blue parts look like letters. So if you look at them, they look like little letters. So I thought like a little cute stamp. And then I stitched a heart with some of the embroidery flowers on it. And yeah, put that little patch on it. This finishing kit came with the little pins. So those are really, really cute too. I love how this one turned out. It's adorable and such. So yeah, those were my fully finished objects last month. So I'm getting progress on fully finishing them. I need to work a little bit more on that, but some progress is better than none on that. Then I finished 3 projects. One was a start and finish, but 3 projects I finished. The first off is Spring Awakens by Brenda Gervais. Cute little bunnies. And I started this last springtime, and then I got to fully finish it. I do have just the little string going from the wagon to his hand that I gotta do, but I wanted to iron it and have it all ready to go for my pillow before I put the little string in, so it wouldn't cause any problems ironing. But yeah, and I did use all the called for, so it is, I'm pretty sure it's 40 count vintage country mocha. Yeah, 40 count vintage country mocha, and then all the called for floss, which is Week Styleworks, Gentle Arts, and a little bit of DMC. So yeah, love how it turned out. So cute. I love the little bees and their little trails behind them. It's adorable. So yeah, that one I have plans that I'm going to finish into a pillow. Put maybe some chenille around it for that. And then the next one is also Brenda Gervais. And I started this one last Easter, on Easter. And it is Hoppy Easter. Cute little bunny basket. I think this was my first time doing 1/1. The handle is 1/1. I can get a little bit tricky. It takes a lot of patience, I learned. So, but I got done and I did well, I think. So here is my finish. And I love how it turned out. It's so cute. I did use all the call for floss. The call for fabric was supposed to be the non-modeled side of Vintage Country Mocha, but I don't want to waste a piece of Vintage Country Mocha on that. So I am using 36 count light, light mocha, 36 count light mocha, but with all the call for floss. So yeah, I love how it turned out. It's really cute. It is interesting how your skills improve over the year. So last Easter, I just worked on it on Easter. I didn't work on it much more. So all I had at that time was I was outlining the bunny. So I had from probably about here, I got all the way up to the ear and around, and when I outline in the white. And when I picked it back up and looked at it, my stitches were kind of terrible on the ear and all the way around to here. They were not even. It was kind of like wonky and such. So I frogged a lot the outline of the ear that I had and about to here. My straight line stitches look pretty decent, but when I got to the curve and such, it was bad. So I picked all that out and then I restitched it, and I stitched the whole thing this past month. So yeah, good progress. I like it. That one, I think I'm going to finish it into a pillow and put rickrack around it like the cover model. I think that's cute. I do like the pillow finishes. They're good finishes. And I am feeling very chatty tonight for some reason. It's a Friday night and work's done, so I got the weekend to look forward to. So I might be a little bit more chatty than usual tonight. Hope you don't mind, and keep you company while you're stitching some stuff. Then the last FFO I had to share with you is actually a start and a finish. So I was mentioning that I attended Nash and love all the Lindy Stitches online events. Since I found out about them, I've gone to all of them except for the Superb Owl. I didn't make it to that one because I had other plans that weekend, but I did make it to all the other ones I've had, and she's added a lot more this year, so looking forward to those a lot. Jason throw a great event, and really happy that they do that because I haven't been to any in-person retreats, soon to be changed this summer. We'll talk more about that in plans. But yeah, I'm enjoying being able to experience a retreat online and get to talk to other stitchers across the country and make new friends. So, but all that to say, she does at the online events, they have usually little tiny free stitch that I work on. I don't know if you can see it, like right there is from last summer's midsummer stitch. So I stitched that little up. I have the past two jingle balls that I attended. I have the little ornaments done. Don't have those FFO'd yet, but working on that. But then for Nash Stash, she had this cute little goose. How do you do? So I just had a scrap piece of, I think 36 count, and she charted it in some DMC, but I went and I picked some of my fancy flosses that I had from my floss picks, some Classic Colorworks, and I stitched them all up, and yeah, it's a cute little goose. I have it written down someplace what flosses I used and everything, so, but unfortunately not in front of me. But if you'd like to know what colors I used, I'm happy to share that with you. Just shoot me a message. So yeah, so that was my start and finish that I had, and I have 7 other starts this past month. So yeah, I was really busy. And I don't know if you can see my shirt that I have, cross stitching. I'm embracing it and having a nice little happy hour while I'm filling Flosstube tonight. So yeah, so while I was at Nash Stash, I started 3 other projects. The first was Ladybug Picnic by Hands On Design. It is so super cute. I just love the bright pink fabric and everything. And Kathy with Hands On Designs just has awesome charts. I have the Botanical Bee that she released last year. I don't have it fully finished, but that one's finished and in my pile. Hopefully this one, I need to get back to this one. I worked on it a little bit more throughout the month, but not as much as I want to. But I do have a good chunk of it done. So yeah, this is Ladybug Picnic. I'm using all the called for. So this is, let me see, make sure I got this right. 32 count Pomegranate by Fabrics by Stephanie. Oops. And I'm using all the called for floss, which is all Weeks Dye Works. Yeah. And I'm dropping this. I need to like one of those little pins maybe to put it on there. But yeah, Weeks Dye Works floss, the called for, and on the called for Pomegranate by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's turning out really cute. Love the little stitches. I'm hoping she has more. I'm not a big bug person, but these bugs are cute and have flowers, so that they're okay then. And if you want to see what project bags I'm holding it, this is one that I made myself. Just got some cute little fabric that I made. And then I got this little C for Crystal at Hobby Lobby. It's a keychain, and I like using the keychains, and then you can just attach them to the zippers as zipper pulls, and yeah, that was cute. Next start that I had at Nash Stash was, of course, one of the animal crackers. How to start one of those. And my first one was Lily. So these are part of the Animal Cracker series by Stacy Nash. I did notice it was either late yesterday or early this morning. Can't remember, but Stacy Nash posted a listing of all of her animal crackers that she has out. The animal crackers and crumbs, which are basically just the heads from what I can gather so far. So yeah, I tagged that and I want to print it out so I can check off, make sure I have the whole collection and everything. So I started Lily. I am using all the call for floss, which is all Weeks Dye Works. And this is how far I got started. Or how far I've gotten. I haven't gotten to her legs yet. I know there's nothing there. So this is on 36 count Toasted Almond by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I'm loving how she's turning out. I am doing mainly outline, and then that way I can just fill it in and easy stitching going forward. And so once it gets, it's pretty much the fill-in situation. I do have, I think in here, oh, I don't know if you can see it. I have the cream color filled in on her stripe, but there's some red in her stripe that needs to be done. And then her top and the bottom is just full finish, and so is her neck, and then the rest of her face, and then her legs. So I'm hoping to get her some more progress on her. And I am keeping all of them in a Project Keeper, a Tiger Legally one. Project Keeper, I decided to keep all my ammo crackers in there. So I have that, but I will show you more of that later because it's kind of part of haul. So I'm going to set that aside behind me. Yeah, I didn't realize how much haul I had until I got ready for Flosstube, and yeah, it's pretty packed back there. My eyes are bigger than my stitching hands can handle. I'm like stitching, I want to stitch all the things, and there's just not enough time. But we're making progress, and I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying it, so that's the good part, and what matters is having fun. But the next start that I had during Nash Stash, and the last one that I started at that time, is the Springtime, or the Spring Sampler Fragment by Shakespeare's, oh wait, is it Shakespeare's Peddler? Shakespeare's Peddler. And I just love those colors and everything. I am using all the colorful floss, which is Classic Colorworks and some Gentle Arts, as well as a few Weeks Dye Works. But the colorful fabric is Dark Soil, and I couldn't find it at the time. It's since been remedied, or it's going to be, but I decided though that I found a 40 count old top hat by Dames of the Needle, and that's what I started on. So this is, it's even on 40 count, it's bigger than I thought it would be. This is how far it is wide. So that's the end of it. I'm not sure how much further down I have to go with this little border, but it's bigger than I anticipated. I mean, if you can see my hand, it's pretty, on 40 count even. And I think the call for is 36. No, call for is 40 count. So it's going to be a pretty good pillow. But I'm loving the colors and how they're turning up on the dark fabric. It is hard to see on the dark fabric, I've learned. I do better if I work on it earlier in the day. I definitely use my magnifying glass, my Halo Glow daylight, and so magnifier with the light and everything. But yeah, and so far, so the border, I leave my needles in my project halfway through. It's part of me. So the border though, this is actually all one color of floss, and it's just the variegation of it, which is so cool. And then this is another color that I started on that. So I'm eating my vegetables and trying to do the chunk of the border first before I go to the fun part of the house and the colorful house and wreath and such. So yeah, loving that one. I need to get the summertime one as well and start on that one come that season. And I'm kind of fading out of the spring stitching, but still trying to power through because summer isn't quite here yet. So we'll see. This is a lovely project bag by me. Again, another piece of that fabric line. It's one of those, I got a fat quarter bundle at Primrose Cottage one year. Or not last, yeah, it was last year. And so yeah, loving that. Just some cute little fabric in the interior. Whipped that up. So those are my starts during Nash Stash. And then, of course, there's more starts throughout the April month because, yeah, that's just how it goes. One of them, I got a huge start on it. Huge. Next one I started was a daily reminder. Again, Brenda Gervais. Love her stuff. And I absolutely love how this one looks. It is on one of my favorite fabrics. It's, I'm going to butcher the name. Arboreal. Oh gosh, I'm going to butcher the name. It's the called for. It's the called for. I want to say it's Arboreal by Cedar. It's by Cedar River Linens. And it's their green, dark green one. And I absolutely love this fabric. And the last time that I was working on it, it was 32 count, which wasn't bad. This is 40 count, and that's upside down. Here is my gigantic start. Yeah, not good, gigantic. It's a little hard to stitch on 40 count with a dark fabric. Now, mind you, I did start it late at night because I started it like on Terry Sullivan, I think it's her. her birthday. Everybody was starting it, so I had to FOMO, had to start on the 6th. And it was late on the day when I started, so my eyes were tired, and yeah. All I did so far, you're like, what the heck is that, Crystal? It is the outline of the house starting it. And the little bottom, I know this is right side up because the little gap there is the door of the house. So, but I gotta start, so at least I, have a jumping off point the next time I pick it up. I'm missing a couple of threads, I think. Still, I did get some threads at Acorns when I went last week, and so I need to make sure I have all of them so I can finish that one up. And that one is being kept in a lovely Project Keeper by Tiger Lily. This was, I think, her January club of 2024. So yeah, keeping that in that project bag. The next start I have is in preparation for the Spring Mingle. So the Spring Mingle is another event that's hosted by Lindy Stitches, and it is May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And this event, there is going to be one designer that is having a class, and that is Kathy with Hands On Designs. And so she is doing This Bee's Got Knees, and she's going to teach us how to basically put that all together in these lovely little pins. So I wanted to jump on this. You don't need any pre-stitching for the event, but knowing me and how I still have my Jingle Ball 2023 class that's not done yet, I wanted to try and stitch it as much as possible up until the event to like get it done so it's not in a perpetual whip state. So I did start this, and oops, one second. I worked on it last night a little bit too. And this is where I've gotten so far. I was missing a few of the DMCs, and there's also, I don't know about this blue. I think I pulled it and it looks more purpley, or one of the blues looks more purpley, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm digging it. So I might change those colors up, but so far I'm using all the called for colors. You stitch kind of the same design on 4 different corners, and I put a little X so I make sure that I knew which way was up on it. And then you have a center one that has a wreath on it as well. So yeah, coming along nicely. And this is on, oh, did I write it down? I did not. I am pretty sure, it's on the call for count. So the call for count is 32 count mushroom or light mocha. I'm either using 32 count mushroom, or this might be 32 count platinum. One of those two is what I'm using. So yeah, that one I'm looking forward to. I might do that a little bit more tonight. We'll see. See what I'm in the mood for after I film this and get it uploaded. And it's another lovely project bag that I made from a mini charm pack. Some cute little fabric on that. And if you want details of like what pattern I use or method, feel free to drop me a line. I mainly kind of put together, Nicole Spore has some really good tutorials, so I've been watching those, but then I kind of tweak the sizes a little bit just to make sure it fits me, kind of where I keep most of my stuff. So yeah, there's that. But happy to share any information that you want, like, hey, where did you get that, or this or that. Happy to share the information with you, and happy just to chit chat with you. Just drop me a line on here on YouTube or on Instagram as well, which my Instagram handle will be in the description. And I'm trying to put in all the information about all the projects as well in the description. It just takes a little bit because it seems to go quicker uploading it, and then I go back in and add the information. So there's that. But yeah, so happy to chat with you. Actually, I love chatting with everybody. And yeah, drop me a line if you have any questions. Happy to share. So the next one is kind of part of my haul as well. As a whole, I need to maybe work on a better system, because the haul part, I get my haul and I want to share it with you, and like, oh, hey, this look it. And so I usually put it in one little area and don't add it to my list of projects going and everything. But this one I couldn't wait, and so I started already, and there's might be a few more coming up that might have that temptation to start before I show you. So this one is by Primrose Cottage. It is the Stitchers Trio. And so this has all 3 patterns. It has this cute little house, which has the most adorable little like planters that are spools with the scissors sticking out of the chimney. It's just adorable cute. This lovely little springy biscornu and this little pillow. The Stitch is going to stitch. Well, as part of their release of this, and I think this was a retreat of theirs previously that I didn't get to. And as part of this release, though, they took this and they were selling a kit for the bag. So this is another way you could stitch that is on the bag. And so they were selling the mesh bag as well as all the floss that come, the DMC Pro 5 to stitch it, and a needle. And I had to have it. So I did get the kit and I'm almost done. All I have to do is fill in the rest of the hoop with white and then put Stitchers Gonna. And I am done. And I love stitching on these bags because it's so easy to see. And so when I was saying earlier that I was enjoying some of the sunny days, I can take this outside and just, I don't have to have a magnifier. Don't even have to really have some readers on. And I can stitch this up and work on it while I'm sitting outside enjoying the sun. So yeah, that one's almost done. I need to set aside like the ones that are like this close to being done so I can get some more finishes to show you. But I'm loving that stitch. I want to stitch all the projects in it. I think I want to stitch that saying into a little pillow as well. Thought about changing up the colors to match my decor a little bit more. So we'll see. It kind of pretty much already matches. I love green. Second is pink. So it kind of matches already with the pink on here. This part is green. The gun is going to be green. The only part, that stitch is going to be red. So, but it's still red. It's a flavor of pink. So there's that. And then what else? Whew. Oh, my Easter start. So I do like starting things like on the 1st of the month as well as on holidays and such. And so this year I started Hop On In this Easter. It's a cute little design from Hands On Design. This one, the call for is 32 count charcoal Belfast, and it uses silky threads. So the silky threads I already have because, wait, it's a semi FFO. So last year I stitched more chocolate bunnies and I got it. It's partially FFO'd. So this past month, I did lace the piece onto a board with some batting, as well as I put it onto this backer board with the fabric. As you see, there's still tags on here from Hobby Lobby of the little flowers I got. Let me show you. Easily take down. So this is a board from Chantel. And this stitch, once upon, I want to say in 2023. I'm pretty sure it was 2023 before I really got back into cross stitching, and Nicole Spohr had a stitch along. And so she had some stitch along videos and she had a finishing tutorial on there for the board. This board is again from Chantel's 141 design. And so I kind of followed that and I followed along and did that. Now the board though, I really like this board, but I wanted to make it versatile. So I didn't want to just stick this piece on here and that's the only thing I could use the board for, because the board's really cute. So what I did is I put magnets on it. Some magnets. Oop, and then it just kind of holds in it. And there's magnets behind this board as well. Yeah. Now I'm saying it's partially FFO because I want to put a bow up here and maybe a little button with the little carrot on it, because, you know, I follow Nicole Spohr and that's what she did and it looked cute. So I want to, yeah, it does need a bow on here as well. So we'll work on that. Progress on it though, so that's good. But I had all the silky thread from this one, and the silky, there's tons of it left. So you use the same silky thread for this as you do for Hop On In. And Kathy tells you that as well. I'm pretty sure I got the chart as well as the silky pack from Hands On Design, her website. And, sorry, trying to make sure that doesn't fold completely over on it. So I'm working on Hop On In, and this is how far I've got started. Now you're like, Crystal, that's a different color. Well, yes, it is. So this is the same color of fabric as I use for the more chocolate bunnies. And I kind of wanted to use the same color fabric to kind of coordinate the two. So this is 32 count Cocoa. Ooh, who's this by Weeks Dye Works. But I'm liking how it turns out with the hop on in as well. It's a little bit, can you see? Yeah, there we go. You can see it. You can see the blue. The in part is out, it has a shadow of white. And then it's going to be the little bunnies down here and the white stitching in the middle. And I'm going to make a little pillow out of it. That's what I want to do. So yeah, liking how that one's turning out. And this one I'm keeping in this gorgeous patchwork quilt bag by Wildberry Stitching. So Jess with Wildberry Stitching, she's on Etsy, makes awesome bags. I love this fabric. So much so that I got some of it. Cute fabric, love the patchwork, great quality and everything. It's just awesome. I have a few bags from her and I love the inside. And then she always has these like little cute little charms. Different ones that always coordinate with the bag. So, cute project bags always are a plus. So yeah, so that was the last of my 8 starts that I had last month. And then I did work on 5 other projects that I'm not quite done with. A couple of them I'm hoping to get done in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see how it goes and what my mood's like. So the first one is my Stitch for Spring. So if you've been here a while, you know that I've decided that I'm stitching one of the Brenda Gervais pillows for each season within the season. So I started this on the first day of spring, and I have until June 20th to finish it. But it is, oops, I should show you what pattern. 'Tis Spring by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. I am using all the called for. So this is 40 count Vintage Country Mocha with the called for floss, which is it All Weeks Dye Works? Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure it is All Weeks Dye Works. No, I'm wrong. Mostly Weeks Dye Works, a couple DMC and a couple of Classic Colorworks. Cute. Now, so on this one, this is how it turns out. And you can see this pink here as well as the border blue. You're like, it is actually these two colors, this sockeye as well as this robin's egg. Let me see here. Those two, which are gorgeous bright colors. I love them. But I follow the instructions of the pattern and they have you coffee dye them. So it tones it down. I haven't stitched with the pink yet, but the blue, the outline, it tones it down. And it's not the same blue as the house. This is like a bluish greenish more. But yeah, I just love it. And it's, I don't know, I think it's cool that it turns, that you have the same color floss, that you can make it more versatile and change it to different colors. Here, let me show you. So yeah, the border in this exact same color. I took some coffee that I had left over. I sacrificed the coffee and dunked it in for a couple of minutes and then dried it in the oven and voila, there you are. So I'm loving how this is turning out. I've got most of the house done. That's the big heavy part of it. And then I just got a little bit more around the border and spring down here. And yeah, should easily get that done before June 2nd. And I start on the next one. And this is, I plan on making into a pillow, cute little pillow. And I'm keeping this in a Como Stitches project bag. Oops, that's the upside down. Cute little Como Stitches project bag inside. She has some good project bags as well. I have a couple of hers. Up next is Carrot Farm by Primrose Cottage. I started this in, did I start this in March? I'm pretty sure I started this year. Yeah, I did. I started this in March. It's Carrot Farm by Primrose Cottage. And I decided to change all the colors. So the call for is a lot of DMC, and then the outline is Gentle Arts Bubblegum, and the truck, I mean, is Weekday Works Island Breeze. Otherwise, it's DMC, and it's stitched on Touch of Gray on 40 count. Well, I am decided that on all of I want to do all the car series, and I want to make it a change out kind of situation. So I'm stitching all of them on 36 count, and I'm stitching 1/1. I'm sorry, oh God, no. 1/2, 1/2, and I changed all the colors up. So what I changed them to, I'm happy to share the conversion with it. I think once it's done, and I've decided on all the colors and where they are, then I'll post it on on Instagram and let you know. But last year, Primrose Cottage had a Classic Colorworks primitive floss pack. And so I got those colors, and I decided to use those colors to stitch this all up. So let me show you what the floss pack looks like. The primitive floss pack, that is. And that's, oops. I'm using a few DMC. Because like the tires, do I really need a special floss for the tires? No. But here is Classic Colorworks permanent little floss pack that I'm using. Now I'm not going to use all of them because there's not enough colors in the chart, but yeah. And I'm loving how it's turning out. Again, I'm trying to do the border and fill in the truck and all the fill-in. Vegetables out of the way before I get to the fun stuff. Yeah. Not sure if that one will get finished this year, but I got a good chunk of start on it. I'm happy with that. This one is not being kept in lovely fancy project bag. I don't have enough of those project bags for all the whips that I'm working on. But that's okay. Still works. Next up. Ooh, none of these. There's no more fancy project bags. Just going to forewarn you until I get to haul, and then I'll show you one again. But the next whip that I have 3 more whips in progress. And the next one I have is Spring House by Liz Matthews. This one is you stitch it on 2 different colors of fabric, and then you smush them together when you frame them. And that's what I'm doing. I took a risk and I used 2 different manufacturers for the top and bottom, but it's turning out. I matched it up. I stitched the bottom lines and top line and matched. It's working. It's working. So first one, top part, I'm getting progress done. And this is 36 count Hydrangea by Atomic Ranch. And I got a good chunk of this done, and I'm working on the flower, and bit by bit I'm working on the house. That's how that one's going. And there is some raindrops over here that you can barely see, but I do like that effect. I like it. And then the bottom is on 36 count Friendship Green by Fabrics by Stephanie. And that's how that one's turning out. Mostly been working on the top part. The top part is larger, but I decided the last couple of nights to work on the bottom. So, yeah. The fence is a little bit ghosty, but that's okay. White little picket fence. And all the beautiful flowers. It's a lot of confetti stitching and lots of change of colors. But it's okay. And it is all in DMC, and so far I'm using all the call for DMC on this one. And here, let me see if I can put them together to show you and get kind of the effect of what it's going to look like. Now, I did really match these up to make sure that they lined up. This might not be exact because I'm doing it on the fly, but that's how it's going to look. I want to get more of the house in. And over to the side here, that's a little greenhouse. But I want to get more of the house in, I think, to really see how it's going to look like. Yeah, I'm enjoying that one. Can't wait to get that one finished. But it's going to be a slow and steady progress. I also have her other houses that have the 2 colors of fabric. There's the beach house, which started my obsession with all this. And then, which you will see come this summer. coming soon to a Flosstube near you. And then I do have the pumpkin house that I started this last fall as well. And that one's really fun because I love pumpkins and love Halloween. Next up is 2 pieces. They're both by Primrose Cottage. They were in a Sip and Stitch box last summer, and now they're available to everybody. So if you like these, you can get them on Primrose Cottage. This first one is Berry Basket. Cute little basket. And I am stitching this one on, it is 32 count Silvery Moon. And that's where I'm at with that one. Got some flowers, the bird. I'm working on a house up here. And it's coming along good. Liking that stitch. It is using all the called for. So it is DMC that's called for. And the model is on 28 count light ash gray. And I decided I like 32 count linen better. So that's what I'm stitching that one on. And then the next part that was part of the Sip and Stitch, but now you can buy it on their website, and I'm sure other places as well, is the Strawberry Quilt. This one is using all DMC. The call for is 32 count Berry Smoothie, but I am using 32 count Baby Pink. Is this by anybody? No, Baby Pink Belfast. And that's how far I am. It goes up, the stitching goes really, really quick. It does. However, this is my work stitch. I take it with me at work, and when I can get a break at lunch, I'll every once in a while stitch up a little bit. Usually I work through my lunch hour though. So it's just slow and steady progress. But yeah, loving that one. I did get the Sip and Stitch box, so at the time, so it came with the kit to finish it. I think they may have the finishing kit available at their website as well. We'll have to check them out. I didn't look at that before I started. But yeah, loving how that turns out, and do plan to make the pillows for it as it is on the cover. Yeah, love. I kind of like not having to think about how to finish it, just kind of follow the pattern. I do like being creative and making my own finishes, but it's kind of nice to have both aspects of it. So yeah, that's all of my stitching. That was a lot. We're at 42-minute mark. I don't edit on there just because this is for fun, and so I ramble on, and you just hear me ramble and such. And thankfully, my dog is quiet, and yeah, so I don't edit. So you'll see the whole entire filming of this and everything, and yeah, but I am rambling now. That is the whips and such I've been working on, and now we have some haul. I have quite a bit of haul that I got. Most of it is cross stitching. There's a little bit of quilting fabric in there, as well as some yarn that I got. So I will show you what that is. First up was right around Nash Stash. I love the Stacy Nash animal crackers. They're so adorably stinking cute. And I have plans like, oh, I want to stitch all the English or all the American ones on this fabric and all the British ones on this fabric. Those are the plans. Big plans. We'll see how much time I have in my life. But I love all the animal crackers and everything. And Stacy Nash for Nashville for market, she had these cute little rulers that I was dying to get, but I wasn't quick enough. And I finally was able to find a website that had them. So it is Thread the Needle Stitchery. It's the first time that I bought from them, and absolutely love them. They were quick to ship and everything came in a cute bag. They sent me some lovely little thank you project card trackers. A little freebie gift was sweet and everything. And they had the rulers. For the first one I got was this one. Maybe swearing will help, which I just thought was appropriate. Cute little decor piece. But then the piece de resistance that I had to have is this one. I need all the animal crackers. And yeah, I need all of them. They're cute. So I got those cute little rulers, and of course they couldn't travel alone. And she had a sale at the time for some of her patterns. So I got a few patterns. First up, from Hands On Design, I got the spring basket. Is it? Yeah, spring basket and the autumn basket. Last year, Nicole Spohr did a stitch along, and what she did is she showed you examples of stitching these, and then you make them not into pillows but into little biscornues. So I have a biscornu because I have the summer basket, and I stitched up in red, white, and blue colors, and I made my first biscornu, and it was so super cute. So had to have these as well. There is a fourth one, the winter basket. She didn't have it, so that's on my to-buy wish list for someplace. The other one that I got from Hands On that is from Hands On Design is Tomato. This one is just one of those that I like had in my cart. No. Had in my cart. No. Had in my cart. No. And I'm like, I just need to buy it. I need to buy it and then be on the lookout for the fabric. So I'm on the lookout for the called for, which is 32 count gray and 32 count Aztec red by Weeks Dye Works. So I'm on the hunt for that, and eventually this will be made. It's stinking cute. So that, and then the last one, because I'm on a Stacey Nash kick, and this one was cute, is Faded Garden Pin Keep Drum and Needle Keep by Stacey Nash. And it's a cute white house with some blueberries are in it, and it's just adorable, cute. So yeah, got that for the stash. Oh, and if you look at the back, it has a cute little dog and the tulip, one of my second favorite flower. Yeah, so that was from Thread the Needle Stitchery. She's awesome. Primrose Cottage was the next haul that I got. You saw the Stitches Trio and the mesh bag that I got, and I got the kit for that, so that was cool. And I started that. You saw that already. But what I also got was a few other pieces. They had these frames that are so stinking cute, and they had them back in stock. So I got these frames. There's this one, and then the same one but in different colorway. That one. So those to do FFO a couple of projects. I have one. There's like the Be Mine house. I think I want to finish in one. Just haven't gotten there yet. Had to get their pen because it was in green. My favorite color, and it feels really smooth and it writes really well. So loving that pen. What else? They have their kit for the free. I like their sewing, their quilting stuff as well. So they had, this is their free quilt, or what do they call it? For the first Friday of the month, they have their free stitch, or not stitch, free. It's the free quilt pattern. This was last month's, and I think you can buy this now. And then they had a kit, the April Free Pattern Friday kit. There we go, Free Pattern Friday, because it's different than their Free Stitch Friday, which is cross stitching that they started. But I got the kit, so I want to make that because it goes with all their cute strawberry stuff that they have. So that's adorable. And then that patchwork bag from Wild Bear Stitches that you saw, they had a fat quarter bundle with the fabric in it. Ooh, there we go. Can we get no glare? There we go. So I had to get that. It is just adorably cute fabric. No clue what I'll do with that. Add it to my stash. And then they did have one of the berry mesh bags. So I have in my pattern stash collection, I have the flag for the patriotic flag pattern from Shepherd's Bush that called for is the berry bag, and so I wanted to get the berry bag and plans to stitch that up this summer. So dropped one of my rulers, didn't want to step on it or ruin that. So yeah, so that's what I got from Primrose Cottage. And of course there's another order from Primrose Cottage on the way because they had a new release, and I had to get it all. Not all, but I got a good portion of it. Next up is an Etsy shop that bought a pattern from them last Halloween that I didn't get a chance. I wanted to stitch it, but then what I wanted to stitch it on and finish it on, I needed to tweak it. And I didn't have time. I ran out of time. Halloween, too many fun stitches. I ran out of time. But they also had a cute, really cute other patterns and that I like. And so it's Good Morning Maui. They're on Etsy. And that is where they are. And I got a couple of patterns. So the first one I got was A Woman's Place, because I felt the need for May 4th. I need to start a Star Wars pattern. So this will be started on May 4th. It's part of plans. I got some cute fabric for that. Some gray fabric on that one. You'll see that in the next Flosstube. Like, stay tuned for next episode. Then I also got We Wants the Redhead, Pirates of the Caribbean, if you don't know. Too cute. One of my favorite rides, favorite movies, Johnny Depp. And then, of course, Hocus Pocus. So that'll be cute. I have some other Hocus Pocus things for Halloween, and this will be really cute with that. So yeah, got those patterns. And they're all PDFs, but I print out the face sheet so that way I know what project it is, and kind of reminds me that I have this pattern, because I forget when they're digital and you don't go there digital. So yeah, there's that. And sorry, all the howls behind me. So next up is I am part of the Keeper Club. I'm lucky enough that I am part of the Tiger Lily Keeper Club. And I got the April 2025 box. So it comes fabulously packaged with the keeper and little trinkets and gifts from small businesses. And it's great to support small businesses, I think, and find something new that maybe I didn't know about. And so I absolutely love it. This time she sent some project cards. She has some great project cards that she sent along. There's 4 different designs in here. They're all spring and flowers and vibrant colors, and I absolutely love those. I don't use project cards, but I should, because I'm getting more adventurous in changing the flosses, and so I want to make sure that I write all them down and keep track of them with the project cards. And then you also get this lovely project keeper. It's just yum. Wonderful. It reminds me of Trapper Keepers, Project Keepers, and I get the double pocket size. So this one is all in Tula Pink fabric, and this time this little thing. So this time she also put this little tag that matches the project trackers. You got, you'll see here, a pair of little pink stork scissors that I have. Let's see. Okay. Those cute little stork scissors. And then you also got some bling. Hold on, let me see here. You got this lovely ring with that little charm. And that's from Siggy's Closet. There we go. Has that. And then from Siggy's Closet was also, oops, one second. This cute, you can put as this little scissor fob or whatever you want. I put it on my zipper pull because I thought it was cute. And again, I'm housing all of my animal crackers. So I have the fabric on the main part, and then I got in the pockets all the charts. One side's American and one side's British. So I have those all ready to go on that. Yeah, I love being part of her club. I think this may be the 3rd or 4th one I've gotten. It might be the 4th one. So yeah, loving for that and looking forward to the next one come July, I think it is. June or July? April, May, June? July. It's going to be July. And then I also, last year, I got her advent box, which was really cool. I had a good project keeper in there as well. Yeah. And then my last little haul was my monthly shopping trip to Acorns and Threads, my local needle shop. It's a local, about an hour and a half away. I needed to get some, I had a coupon. I have to use it. But I also saw some cute patterns that I hadn't picked up yet and wanted in my stash. and getting prepared for the upcoming months. One was Brenda Gervais with the red, white, and bloom with onion thread. I'm loving all the patriotic stuff. Trying to resist stitching all of that now. I'm trying to get some of the spring stuff done before I go into patriotic, but oh, dying to get back to that stuff. I also picked up this one, which one is it? Gold Rings by Sesame Street. I have 1 through 4, so I had to get 5, and that one was been hard to find. So I saw it was there, so I gotta get. And then there was a Stacy Nash patriotic one that I had to have. Summer on Hollyberry Farm. It was adorable. Had to pick that one up. I kind of want to do all the Hollyberry Farms. We'll see. Yeah, I probably will have the patterns, the stitching part. I didn't quite get to Christmas one last season, so on the agenda. And then they had this cute fabric or cute pattern that was an exclusive to Acorns and Threads. There was a retreat, but now it's available to everybody, but it's still exclusive to Acorns and Threads by Lola Crow. And it's just, what's it called even? Acorns and Friends is what it's called. And it's got this cute little trash panda and all of his friends that are stitching up cute little designs. That was just too cute and fun to resist. And then lastly was a Blooming Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I've been wanting this one. I finished the Valentine's Day one, and I want to get a lot of these tiny towns done. So yeah, that one might be a start still this spring. We shall see. Then I got some fabric with some ideas in mind. This one is Atomic Ranch London Fog. Here, let me see. It'll be better if I hold it up on white. You can see it a little bit better. Atomic Ranch London Fog. I thought this would be really cute for some of the new Primrose Cottage stitches. So that's the plans for that one. And then Primrose Cottage has their, I want to say it's Winter Wonderland, but I might not be positive. It's the one with the trees, the forest, that it's her first drum finish that she did. So that got released, but the fabric's been sold out for a long time. So I finally found some. So I got some of that. And this is 36 count natural with white dots. I'm pretty sure this is called for. If it's not the exact call for, it's close to it. So they've got some of that. And then I also want to start, Hands On Design has Liberty Pennies that is stitched on 32 count slate, I believe it is, by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I don't have slate in 32 count. I have it in a different count. But then I found this, which is Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim, which is really, really dark blue. And I thought that would look great for Liberty Pennies. So I got some of that. So yeah, and then the piece de resistance, because they had them, and there was a green pair, and I don't have a pair of them. I had to get some Golden Forge scissors. They are just, I love that green color, and it had some etching. Can you see the etching? Yeah. Oh, there's etching on the needles. Cover my face. There we go. I just opened them before the Flosstube, and they're nice. So yeah, I got those. So yeah, that was the haul for cross stitching. I did have a little bit of yarn haul, so I've been working on socks. I currently have 3 pairs of socks in the works. I didn't bring them to show you because we are now going on almost an hour. So that was a lot of cross stitching. So I was limiting it. And the socks aren't finished. They're just little by little I work on them. I don't work on knitting as much as the other hobbies, but I like to collect the yarn. You can't quite, I'm a collector of the yarn. And one of them is from Legacy Arts. They have this year you have to buy it every month. It's not a subscription. So you sign up every month, but it's a mystery sock set or a mystery skein, and it's all for the theme of Schitt's Creek. And that was hilarious show. So I love the show. So I thought I got this one. This one is David, Fold in the Cheese. Fold in the Cheese. So if you know that show, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so got that cute sock set. Not sure if I'll make socks or not, because those would be awfully light socks. And I can see them getting dirty. But we'll see. Yeah. Have them. And then new to me is Moonglow Yarn Company. And they had this sock set, which has 5 minis. And then this gorgeous gray. And I had to get this because the pattern that they showed with this were these cute socks that have clouds and raindrops, and the clouds are in all the different colors of the blues and then the raindrops. And I'm like, I have to have that. I live in rainy Oregon coast, and that I have to have. So I got that. I don't have the pattern yet. I gotta get the pattern, and not sure when I'll kit that one up. Haven't done color work yet. I'm getting really good at changing colors at the heels and the cuffs. So I'm progressing and I'm working my way up. So yeah, got those as well. Yeah, so plans in regards to knitting is to keep on working on some socks. I got some spring ones in the mix, as well as I got to finish my Valentine's Day one and my birthday start ones that I did. And really right now, I got to finish the Halloween ones so I can get those off the needles and one more set done. And yeah, so that's the plans for knitting. What other plans do I have for the upcoming month? Well, of course, next weekend, going to the Spring Mingle online. Hope to see you there. Let me know if you're coming, and be on the lookout to see if I can catch you in any of the stitching tables. I'm looking forward to Kathy's class and learning out how to finish, especially those little pins. They're done on perforated paper is what they're done on. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to how to finish those. That way I can use it in other designs and use it with other designs and try to make little pins and such for the other finishes on that. Want to work on more animal crackers. Maggie May. I have an idea on finishing. I want to make Maggie May. We'll see. I want to see if it works before kind of letting everybody know about it. But yeah, I had a thought all of a sudden, like, ideas that spark in your head. And so I want to stitch her up so I can test out my theory and see if it'll work on that. What else? Again, May 4th, May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. And so I want to start that Star Wars pattern, the cross stitch pattern. I also got this really cool Star Wars sock set, or Star Wars yarn from 3 by the Sea. So I want to stitch that, or I want to start that sock set, or sock. Bleh, I want to start that pair of socks on May 4th as well. Star Wars is part of Disney now. So yeah. It's all great. So looking forward to that. As I said before, Primrose Cottage had a new release, and so I had that in the mail on its way to me, as well as XJU Designs had a release on her Etsy shop, and so I got some dark soil as well as a couple of other fabrics that I'm looking forward to getting. The dark soil, I may or may not, I haven't decided yet. Some days I like it, some days I don't. But Nicole Spohr and Holly from Mrs. Jones Stitches, they are starting a stitch along on, I believe it's on May 7th. Check out their their Instagrams and Flosstubes for more information. But it's May 7th. I'm pretty sure it's May 7th. And it's Mary Bovee Sampler by Stacy Nash. And they're stitching that on dark soil with Nicole using the called for, I believe. And then Holly is switching it up to her color cotton that she always does, and which has gorgeous colors as well. And they're both working on dark soil. So I don't have the pattern. I'm still debating if I want to do that or not. So that might be in the works. There's some quilts and a mini quilt that I want to work on, and some more FFOs that I want to work on. So we'll see how the month progresses. I always think that I have too much on the plans and not enough time, but then it's amazing how much stuff I've actually gotten done over the last month. So looking forward to productive May, going backwards, May. And then, yeah, I also have, the last plans I have really is I am going to my first in-person retreat, and I decided to start off with a huge bang, and I'm going to StitchCon Weekend A. So if you're going to StitchCon Weekend A, drop me a comment, and happy to chat with you. Looking forward to meeting all sorts of people and seeing what it's all about. I finally booked my plane ticket and my hotel. I lucked out and I got right there at the convention center, a hotel room, to a huge room all to myself right now. So I'm looking forward to that. Need to finalize my pet sitter and a few other things. And I am contemplating some ideas for some table gifts I think I want to do, as well as maybe the smalls exchange. Big ideas, and or big wants to do everything and want to participate in everything. So we'll see how much time I actually have. I did think of something that I wanted to bring for the brag table. So yeah, looking forward to that. But hope you're, if you're coming along with StitchCon Weekend A, drop me a line, let me know, and we'd love to know who's all coming to meet up with. Right now, I'll get there and I'll pick a table to sit at, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I got nothing much else. That's the huge plans I got right now. And yeah, looking forward to more stitching, more crafting, and I hope you do as well. Or hope you're crafting as well. And yeah, drop me a line and let me know what you're working on, or if you have any questions about anything that I showed. Happy to hear from you on that. And yeah, so have a wonderful evening and happy crafting. Bye-bye.